Welcome everybody to a new video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why the designs that are on top stay on top, or why do winning designs on Redbubble stay winning. I want to break down the algorithm for you guys today, and I actually alluded to this video in a different video. I think it was like 2 videos ago or something. I mentioned that I was going to do this video, and so I'm going to do an in-depth kind of breakdown of why this happens. And what we're referring to are designs that are specifically in niches that generate an income on a daily basis or generate sales on a daily basis. And it's kind of obvious what those niches are. If you're going to open up a niche or if you're going to select a niche where there's like 40 designs, I'm not talking about those niches. I'm not talking about those keywords. Remember, every single keyword that you search on Redbubble represents a specific niche. So if I search cow here, that's a niche. If I search strawberry cow, that's a niche. And the reason why I say that is that that's just how I classify different niches, whatever you want to call it, on Redbubble. So when we talk about a niche, right, we specifically say, and I go over this heavily, is that each keyword with its own specificity is its own niche. And every niche is treated differently, okay? Now let's get to the point of why winning designs stay on top, or they stay winning. Why do winning designs stay winning, or why do designs at the top of the ranking stay at the top of the ranking? The reason why is because you have to think Redbubble is an amalgamation algorithm. What is an amalgamation algorithm? An algorithm that places the success or the ranking of designs based on their previous history. This is actually different than Google's algorithm. Google's algorithm, for example, is a real-time based algorithm. So, if I was to create a design on Redbubble, and that design would say, let's say, get me a certain amount of sales over the threshold. Let's say the threshold to get to the first page for this very keyword is, let's say, 342 sales. I'm just pulling a random number, okay? Let's say it's 342 sales to get here. Well, it's not just 342 sales. It comes with favorites. It comes with, certain sales, things like that. Sales, favorites, and since this is a niche that actually gets sales, let's just leave it at that for now, okay? Let's say that's the threshold, 342 sales for a niche that makes money. In that case, if my design gets a certain amount of sales, right, what I'm doing is I'm replacing one of these other seats on the front page. It's probably going to be the last position, okay? Once I pass that last position or any other position that's opened and I surpass it, the design that once was on the first page that I'm taking its spot is no longer going to be there. Why? Because I surpassed that threshold. And what happens is that the traffic that searches a specific keyword on Redbubble typically doesn't go to page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to find a design. Now, a lot of people think just because they have a good-looking design that they're going to get sales, and that's not actually true because you got to think about it. Let's look at some of these designs. Let's pick this design, for example. Do you honestly think that this is a design that is one of the best designs for the keyword cow on Redbubble? Do you think that there would be other designs that are much more desirable that exist? I think there would be on page 2, on page 10, on page 50 even. But the reason why they don't belong at the front of the page is because, once again, studying the amalgamative-based algorithm. The algorithm focuses on the collection of the number of sales, right, based on an integer, based on data, based on the numbers, and it also focuses on the collection of the number of favorites. So what you can assume, obviously, is a design here found on the first page logically gets more sales and has more favorites than a page, for example, on the 5th page, right? A design on the 5th page or the 10th page or the 20th page and so on. And so how can you reach the top and stay at the top? This is why I say if you can create a design that will generate sales consistently on Redbubble, then you've created a free passive income strategy. And when I say free, I mean I guess you could say a completely passive, meaning a offhand, like I don't have to worry about it effectively. I don't have to do any work to it. And the way that I personally do it is there's multiple things I can do to artificially increase my ranking. The reason why I say artificially is because I'm not using the organic strategy. The organic strategy is what? You create a design, you add the right tags, and you just sit there and wait for it to get sales. That sounds cool for most people. I personally don't. I pay my way to the top. Now, what does that actually look like? I've actually spoken about this before, but here's a tool, which is a follow-unfollow bot. I'm not using Instagram right now, so it's not going to be usable. But when I'm on Instagram, I have a specific Instagram account for each specific Redbubble account. And it's just simple. I stick to a certain niche for the Instagram account. I create content only in that niche. And I go out there and I interact with other people on Instagram in that niche. I get traffic back, I get sales back, and I've actually shown how I got a sale within the first 16 hours doing this, and this is nothing new for me, and I do this all the time. If you're new, let me break this down. Let me explain, okay? Last year, every single store that I created had the span of 30 days. I had 30 days to work on that store, and every day I would create 60 designs, okay? With that store, I had an Instagram account for that store, so I would create a brand new Instagram account for that store. And there were certain apps that I could use to have multiple different Instagram accounts, and I would open these Instagram accounts with phone numbers. You could do some basic research. These apps exist, okay? With this Instagram account, I would have no fans and no followers, but I have to go get them. How would I do that? I would use this follow-unfollow Instagram bot, and I would do it with it. Now, the reason why I sound like I'm talking in the past tense and not the present tense is because I currently have it done for me. I have virtual assistants that do this literally every day. Last year, I made it my goal to challenge myself and go out there and do these kind of things, which it wasn't a considerable challenge. It wasn't difficult. It just took some time to get done. But I was doing it. And on top of that, I was training my virtual assistants, teaching them and figuring out how we can, I guess you could say, streamline the process. So this is exactly what I would do. And if you guys want to do this, it's all available for you to do it. You just have to essentially not be lazy and just get it done. I mean, there's no other way to say it, right? So this is effectively what I did. I created a brand new store on Redbubble. The Redbubble store had a niche. This is one of the biggest problems that I see a lot of people have when it comes down to starting a Redbubble account. They don't stick to a specific niche. Meaning, if you're going to upload cute sticker type style designs of cows or of cute farm animals, you stick to that niche. You don't just start uploading random things after that, right? I talked about this before, but on bots and apps, they have a tool called the Truly Unlimited Photos. This is the tool right here, right? You can search for images. So I can search, for example, a horse, okay? Or like something like a nature or a mountain or a valley, whatever you want to call it, right? And I would take designs, or images rather, like this, etc., and I would use them as designs for a store. And it would all be in the same niche. Nothing would be altered. I wouldn't just upload random stuff. It would all be in the same category. The superpower behind that becomes when I'm marketing, right? When I'm using it on Instagram, because I'm going to take the images of the actual products on the mock-up, whether it be on a water bottle, a sticker on a water bottle, or it be on a tumbler, or it be on a canvas, and then I post them on Instagram. And then when I post them on Instagram, and I'm interacting with people using the Instagram bot and growing the account daily, and by the way, for anybody who's not familiar with what an Instagram bot does, an Instagram bot does not get you fake followers. It doesn't get you fake numbers. What it does is it interacts with real people who are interested with what you have to offer as content. Those people follow you back, and just like any other marketing service in the world, if they're truly interested at a higher level, they're going to come and purchase your product. This happened to me within, once again, 12, I think it was like 16 hours. Basically the first day of using it on YouTube here as an experiment. I kind of showed how it was done, and it was done. And I'll actually attach a video in the description box down below that gives more of a visual approach. Right now I'm kind of explaining it. And now what would happen is if I used, let's just say I was competing for the keyword cow, right? I would be, let's say normally if I created the design, I would be on page 50, let's just say, to start off. But the more favorites I got, the more sales I got, I started climbing up the ranks. I started climbing up the ranks significantly. And what would happen is I actually have 2 designs for a very, very competitive keyword with over 300,000 results in them, sitting at the very top, like in the top 10, which are like pretty much the first 2 rows. And they generate sales every single day for me. But I haven't had to work on it since. I haven't had to improve it. I haven't had to do the marketing since. Why? Because they've already generated a certain amount of sales, and now they're continuing to generate. The designs that I've uploaded, they're actually both from the Unlimited tool, by the way. The designs that I've uploaded, right, that get these sales every single day, they're not better than some of the other designs out there. I mean, they're not worse, but they're not the worst. They're definitely worse than some, but they're not the best. And the reason why they don't have to be the best is because the designs on the top stay at the top. If you want to be successful with Redbubble, you have to figure out, number 1, the algorithm. This is something that I can pretty much say that I've mastered, and I've talked about this in the Redbubble SEO tagging course. When you study the algorithm, you have to figure out what are the components that keep a design at the top. How do you get to the top? Do designs at the top stay at the top? And how do they get there? How does the algorithm control the outcome of every single design? You got to study it. And something that I just said, like I said, this whole video, if you watch this video in its entirety, you'll kind of help understand a little bit more. But along the way, you learn a little bit every single day. And with these little things, you figure out, okay, how do I improve myself? One of the things that helped me drastically and that I've been using consistently was the Redbubble favorite automator. I spoke about this before. I've even made videos about it, and I've even shown proof live how it works. But it's essentially a tool, this tool exactly right here. I'm not going to sit here and work it and show you how it works. I've made videos on this before. But essentially, the way you go is you search a keyword that is highly or frequently searched. So let's say the word faith, okay? Let's add the word faith here. It's got, actually not faith. Let's go with something different. Let's go with something a little more common. Let's go with, I don't know. Let's go with faith. Just random here. Let's go with newest here. You want to find a bigger keyword, but regardless, you click on newest, and you make sure the keyword that you're searching is not in your niche, and then you just start running the tool. You start running the favorite automator. What it will do is it will favor other people's works. When people's other works are favorited that are uploaded recently, they'll come and they'll favorite your work. When you receive favorites, guess what happens? You start ranking higher in your own niche. This is why I say, I've said this like maybe 500,000 times when I say you create a store in one specific niche, right? What happens is that aids you in other parts of the game. It's not like you just randomly make money if you upload in one niche. No. If you utilize it to your best ability, which is how do you do that? You run the favorite automator. You target accounts in other niches. They give you favorites in your niche. Now your niche, in your designs have more favorites, you rank higher. If you don't think that you rank higher, I've made a video proving that you rank higher, and I've actually tested this live, and I've showed how it works. Designs that get more favorites rank organically higher. There's no question about it, right? Made a video on this. I'll leave the link in the description as well. I'll call it the ranking favorite video, okay? We'll call it that. Then, when the account is all in one niche and you promote it on Instagram, right? Now the customer has a preconceived notion as to what you're already selling since they reviewed the Instagram account. When they come to your store and they visit your store page with all the different various designs, what are they going to do? They're going to look at your store and they're going to purchase more than one product more often than not. They purchase more than one product. Now you've gotten more than one sale. Now all those designs that have been purchased now rank higher. When they rank higher, they have a higher chance for organic sales. When people see them in the organic algorithm, they get sales on autopilot. When they get sales on autopilot, they rank even higher and they hold their ranking. When they rank higher and they hold their ranking, then you get a consistent passive income flow from that one design, or the 2 designs, or 100 designs, or however many designs that are currently ranking for you at a higher level. Those 2 tools, you combine them, right? The Redbubble favorite automator, the follow and follow tool, have been so impactful for me that if I give them, which this is exactly what I do, to my virtual assistants alone, just for the marketing, moves the needle. And they do it consistently where they're doing it every single day in high amounts. This is why, once again, if you get the tool, you do 5 here, 5 there, you forget about your business altogether for a week, you're not committed, then you jump back on it, you're not going to see results. You need to do it consistently. You need to do it over a longer period of time. And I think this video is good just to, I guess you could say, showcase the importance of not only understanding the algorithm, but understanding how certain technologies can drastically help your outcome. Once again, I'll post the link in the video, right, to the video, 2 videos. The first video is how I got a sale in under 24 hours on Redbubble. And the second video will be the Redbubble favorite automator live proof video. The reason why I'm sharing this is because I want it to be very clear. There's 2 ways to get somewhere in Redbubble in terms of success. You can either keep banging your head against the wall and continually struggle until you quit, which is what most people do effectively. I think the stats are there's over 800,000 sellers on Redbubble, and 80% of them have never made a sale in their life. Or you can take a shortcut. And these shortcuts are not illegal. There's nothing against them. They're just shortcuts. They're shortcuts. I get questions sometimes where people say, oh, well, will Redbubble get me in trouble, or will they ban my account if I use an Instagram bot? Instagram has nothing to do with Redbubble. Instagram is a marketing platform, right? So my point is no, first of all, no, you won't. It's more than obvious. I wouldn't be mentioning this if you did. But utilize technologies. Do your research. Think about different ways that you can improve your business. And more importantly, think about how you can essentially make the smartest move on the board. I had a comment the other day from somebody asking me, how can I make $5,000 in 2 weeks with Redbubble? How can I do it? You can't. You're not going to be able to do it overnight like that. That's 2 weeks is not long enough period of time for you to gain that much significant results, because Redbubble uses the snowball approach. If your snowball is at the top of the mountain and you roll it down, as it's going down that mountain, it's gaining more and more and more snow. Next thing you know, it's a boulder. If you think that you could just do it within 2 weeks, it's not likely. There's so many things that come into play and many concepts of understanding, and also there's a lot of space for real estate. You think about it this way. Redbubble is a piece of the online internet. Every single design that you have on redbubble.com is a piece of real estate that can provide you income. And that piece of real estate might be equal to 5 cents a year, and some other pieces might be worth $500 or $5,000 a year. But it's all up to you to control. It's all the outcome of what you do. So this is my video clearly describing why certain designs at the top of the algorithm stay on top of the algorithm in niches that generate income consistently. We're not talking about niches that have 50 designs that don't make any sales, or that get a sale maybe once or twice a year. Those don't count. We're not talking about those. We're talking about niches that do have a general flow of income. We'll just put it that way. All right, guys. So hopefully this video was informative. Hopefully it helped. If you want to check out my Redbubble course, I'll leave it in the description box down below. This is for the tagging, SEO, keyword research, over 30-something videos in there. Like I said, we go in depth. A lot of people have used it. I'll leave the link in the description, but I'll also leave those 2 videos that I mentioned in the description box as well. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye. See you soon.